Welcome to the Live Clinic free 8-week webinar series. Our passion is providing accessible, cutting-edge, evidence-based mental health treatment. Our services, including psychological therapy, coaching, and assessments, aim to guide clients towards their best lives in a non-judgmental environment with specialized professionals. We provide at-home visits, offer multiple office locations through Ontario and Alberta, and provide worldwide online and telehealth sessions. The Live Clinic team is here for you. Thank you for joining us. This pandemic is presenting a very tough reality, and adapting to this new normal can be extremely difficult for all of us, and I'm not an exception. The Live Clinic is excited to offer this webinar series titled Live During COVID-19, How to Be the Best Version of Yourself During and After the Pandemic. The goal of this series is to provide free, easily accessible information from experts on topics relevant to our lives in this difficult time of the pandemic. 6 mental health professionals will provide a series of workshops aiming to help us navigate our new normal and the physical and mental health challenges it has created. Last week, my colleague presented on support for caregivers of people with autism spectrum disorders. And the recording of her webinar will be made available along with a PowerPoint presentation and handouts. I'm closing the 8-week series webinar and will be the last presenter as of today. My name is Katerina, and I'm a mental health professional with master's degree in psychology and internationally trained hypnotherapist. I'm also in the process of registration with College of Psychotherapists and thrilled to present and share my knowledge today with you. Thank you for being with us. And after the presentation, feel free to contact the Live Clinic if you have any questions or you feel like getting a free consultation with a clinic director or a session with me. Let us know. We will be happy to arrange it. So let's start. Let me share my screen. And I'll be talking today about anxiety reduction techniques. And that's it. Great. So you can see our professionals that presented, including myself. And we will be covering 7 different techniques for anxiety reduction. First one is a slow breathing technique. Another one is a deep abdominal breathing. Third one, as you see, it's imaginary breathing or mental health vacation or just mental vacation. Another one is progressive muscle relaxation. 5th one is body scan. Artwork, I'll be presenting on mandala. It's really helpful for people who like just doing art stuff and feeling like meditation or something related to that is not really what they need. Mandala works just perfectly. I truly love it and enjoy it. And another one, self-directed journaling, is really useful for people who like to think logically and just process what's happening to them. I find it very useful as well. So let's start. So the first one is slow breathing technique. And the focus is on calm and slow breathing. And the reason for that, just simply slow down the heart rate and the rate of breath. And it sends the brain and body the message that there is no emergency or danger. And what really happens when we feel not safe or we feel we are in danger? What do? We start to hyperventilating. And that sends a signal to our brain that there is a danger around and we need to run or do something with that. And it happens with anxiety and panic attacks as well, that we get these messages that we are not safe anymore. We need to do something, and it feels so scary, and we can lose control. And this breathing technique can be done anywhere. And it's absolutely amazing because it's a quick solution for the moment to calm down. But important thing here is to take at least 10 breath cycles. And it's about 2 minutes. You can do it longer. And after you do it at least 2 minutes, it's gonna give you some relaxation and your body will feel normal and signals would be received in your brain as well. Even the short-term breathing would be helpful as well. And you can keep your eyes open or closed. It's up to you. The reason you have options because not everyone feels safe with eyes closed. So both ways work. I personally prefer to breathe with my eyes closed because it helps me to connect to myself deeper, but it's really up to you. And let's watch the video that would be useful demonstrating the slow breathing technique. Here we go. I hope you can see that. That's it.
All right, class, let me ask you something. When you're nervous or afraid, what is your breathing like?
I guess I breathe faster.
Yeah, me too. You? Right, you tend to take short, quick, shallow breaths that make you feel worse. Well, today I'm going to teach you how to take long, slow, deep breaths that will help you calm down when you feel nervous or afraid. And if you practice this breathing exercise regularly, you will be able to train Whittle to be calmer. Oh, I like the sound of that. This is called 4-7-8 breathing. So you want to start out by sitting straight up like this. Now, a lot of times when we breathe in from our chest, up here. But today we're going to breathe from a lot lower, from our diaphragm. What? Your diaphragm is right here, by your stomach. Think of it as a balloon underneath your rib cage. Oh, okay. First, you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Take a long, deep breath like you're filling up that balloon in your stomach. Then we're going to hold it for 7 seconds. And finally, we're going to slowly exhale through our mouths for 8 seconds. Pretend like there's a tiny hole in the balloon, and all the air is escaping from your mouth. Ready to try it all together now?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, wait, no. Let me take a deep breath first. Okay. Ready. Great. Everyone sit straight up. You can follow along with us if you like. Now, take a deep breath through your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now hold that breath for 7 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. Now slowly release that breath for count 8 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job, guys.
I have a question. What if I can't hold my breath for 7 seconds?
It's okay. It just takes a little practice. Do what you can for now. Let's try it one more time. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds. Now slowly breathe out for 8 seconds. Great job, class. You should practice this breathing exercise every day for about 5 to 10 minutes. Eventually, you will become calmer and make Whittle stop throwing tantrums every time you're anxious or afraid. Yeah, this is going to work a lot better than hiding under the covers.
All right, let's go back to presentation. I hope you enjoyed this video. It works pretty well, amazingly well with kids. Even starting like from 4 years old, I would say, because it helps kids to calm down when they have tantrums or they get too emotional. And the important thing about slow breathing technique is just breathe slow, basically. And it's one of the ways that you actually can breathe. Let's go to another one. So the next one is a deep abdominal breathing or belly breathing. In deep breathing, the focus is on breathing from your diaphragm. And abdominal breathing can sometimes give you more energy. And I really love it because you feel the oxygen in your blood right away, and your brain receives that oxygen. It gets the message that you are in fresh air, like it's safe here, it's good. And this technique is practiced by singers and actors to improve performance as well, because it develops the muscles of your diaphragm. And you can first practice while lying on your back, basically. And you can put one hand on your abdomen and another hand on your chest. And as you can breathe, make sure the hand on your stomach is moving up and down, and you will feel that you're getting more like calmer and more relaxed. And let's watch the video again to get more sense and enjoy that together. All right. Let me show you that exercise, and I'll start demonstrating the screen. Here we go.
Diaphragmatic breathing, aka belly breathing, is our most efficient breath. It's also a calming breath. It taps into the nervous system and tells it to calm down. When we were first born, if there weren't any complications, we were all born as belly breathers. As we get older, we tend to become more thoracic chest breathers, much like this. So I'm going to teach you how to breathe with your belly. Start by laying down on your back. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly rise. Breathe out. Feel your belly flatten. Try to keep the hand on your chest as still as possible. Repeat for 10 breaths. You may place a small object on your belly instead of your hand, and you'll notice it moving up and down. Let's move to a standing position. Put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Feel your belly rise. Breathe out. Feel your belly flatten. Try to keep your hand on your chest as still as possible. Repeat for 10 breaths. Finally, let's come to a comfortable seated position. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Feel your belly rise. Breathe out. Feel your belly flatten. Try to keep the hand on your chest as still as possible. Repeat for 10 breaths. Practice belly breathing in all three positions: lying down, sitting, and standing, twice daily. Complete 10 good belly breaths in each position. These are the steps to learn belly breathing. eventually working your way up to breathing with your diaphragm while exercising. The more you practice this, the quicker diaphragmatic breathing will become your automatic breathing pattern again.
And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And it's important to find the position that you prefer because it works differently for every person. And let's go to the next slide together. Here we go. Right. So this is the guided imagery or mental vacations. I love this exercise. It helps me so much, especially during COVID-19 when we all dreaming going like, I don't know, to Mexico or Cuba or any place that you just want to get some sun and sand, and we can't do that, obviously. This is just the perfect exercise you can use for yourself to travel without going out of your house. And I do that very often. When I'm stressed, when I'm just even bored, or I want to feel peaceful, you can practice it anywhere. Only thing that you need to do, just close your eyes and imagine the place that you adore or you truly enjoy being to, or you just been, maybe not recently, but enjoyed the most. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that you like it. And first of all, you need a quiet place. So there will be no disturbance, like no kids running around and screaming like mom, dad. It's important to have a quiet place so you can truly relax and kind of get deeper and go deeper into that pleasant feeling. Choose your setting. You can just lay down. You can cover yourself up with a warm blanket. It's something like a meditation, but not meditation only. Or you can just sit in your car, or maybe it's your lunch break at work and you want to relax so much and you can't walk outside because you have a short break, like 5 to 10 minutes. So close your eyes and just imagine how you're going to that beautiful beach and the sun is there, and feel the smell of this fresh air and the salty waves, and just truly enjoy the moment of peace. Or maybe taste the cocktail that you had last time, the sweetness or the sourness, or just anything that made you feel good and comfortable. And after you close your eyes, and I mean, open your eyes, it's really hard to believe that you're here and now because you're already drawn to that vacation time and peaceful time, and it really helps you to calm down. It could be called as a safe place as well, the place when you can just fully relax and let go of the tension in your body. And this exercise doesn't really have any limits. You can practice it for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes or for 20 minutes or for an hour. You can turn on music that you like and go ahead and travel. And let's go to the next technique that is really useful for stress management. It's called progressive muscle relaxation or muscle tense release. I use it in my practice as well pretty often because I find it helpful. We are sitting a lot, like while we are driving or at work when we type in there. This position is pretty stable, but we don't really walk a lot most of the time, and our body gets tense. Or when we have a conference or an important meeting, you can feel right away that there's so much tension on your shoulders and your neck, and sometimes you're starting to feel the pain from the tense feeling. So if you ever experience that, just try this progressive muscle relaxation technique. It's super quick and super helpful. And what you're going to do during this exercise, you'll be focusing on one muscle group at the time, squeezing and contracting it for about 10 seconds. When I'm speaking and even talking, I feel like I'm squeezing myself and my shoulders first. And after 10 seconds, just let it go completely, as much as you can, and let it be loose and relaxed. It might be not that easy when you just start practicing it, because it's normal. We don't think about like tensing muscles and relaxing them. We tend to get tense and forget how to relax. So it's fine. Maybe you would need help, professional help first, or you just can find a guided meditation that called progressive muscle relaxation on YouTube and find a comfortable position. It could be your bed or your sofa, or even your chair or your car, and just listen to that quick meditation relaxation. And the most important part of this exercise, to notice the difference between the feeling of tension and relaxation, because that's the part that is often missing. That's why we get so tensed but not relaxed. And make sure that you're not tensing yourself too much. If you have injury, it's common that this part is already tensed. So be careful. Try to tense just a little bit and let go completely as much as you can. And imagine how your muscles are getting relaxed. You can start from your face, for example, because we don't really pay attention how much our face and our jaws are getting tensed. But when we touch them, we can realize that it tensed a lot. So be gentle with yourself. You deserve it. And isolating muscle groups can be tricky, as I mentioned, not only tensing and relaxing, because it's a very common reaction for our body when we don't feel safe. And anxiety is basically something that goes opposite to safety, because the whole body is responding. Most of the muscles are getting tense, but every person is unique and different. So it's not guaranteed that we will get the same tension in the same parts of our body. So just observe yourself, and it will be much easier with practice. If you have some issues with the tenseness, massages would help for sure, but this exercise would be an amazing benefit if you practice it at least once a day. I highly recommend it. And I find it useful for myself because I tried all of those. So let's go to the next slide. Body scan. This is a very interesting exercise as well. And I also use it during hypnotic sessions and for myself to become aware of my body more and what my body is trying to tell me. Because we tend to ignore signals from ourselves. We tend to notice things externally. We notice when somebody is calling us, talking to us, messaging us. This is the time to notice what is the message coming out of our own body, because our body is not less important than other people, right? We respect others, we take care of them, we are trying to be responsible at work. And what about ourselves? We do matter as well. So let's try to pay attention at our own body that works so hard for us, that gets up every single morning, even we don't want to get up and we want just to sleep and kind of relax, but we just driven somewhere. So let's go back to ourselves. And as you see on the screen, stress has mental, emotional, and physical symptoms as well. And I would call it psychosomatic. Sometimes we are so stressed emotionally that it just transfers in our body because we didn't pay attention before. So just stored basically in our own body. Perhaps you noticed many times when you have something very important like exam or something, I don't know, you're buying a new house or you're moving to a new country or something that gives you some stress, you can get a headache, you can get a back pain, even you didn't injure yourself, but just in general, or some just feelings in your body, maybe tenseness in your chest, or it's hard to breathe, or anything, or something just hurts, uncomfortably hurts. So it is important to scan ourselves. So how you can do that? You can close your eyes. I always recommend closing eyes only if you feel it not safe for you and it's, I would say, worse for you to close your eyes than not to close your eyes. So keep them open in that case. So mentally scan yourself from head to toe. You can imagine like you're watching yourself from the side. Like you're not that person, but you're observing yourself. And you can imagine like a picture or just energy or like yourself at the current moment and bring awareness to every single part of your body. Notice any pain, any discomfort, any tension, and stay present in the moment. Even if it's hard for you to be present, it's okay. Sometimes you might get a lot of thoughts coming in and out. It's fine. And it's normal. So bring that relief to your body. Just what I like to do when I feel some tension or pain in my body, I just send the light to that part, closing my eyes and scanning my body from top to bottom, every single cell. And if there are anything that bothers me or feels like unusual, I just imagine beautiful light that surrounds that pain, and I'm asking that light just to take it away. You can imagine anything you want, and just let it go. Let it just separate from your body and become aware. What I also practice and advise to my clients, you can talk to this pain. It might sound very strange or incredible, like how do you talk to the pain? Pain is not human, right? Yes, it's not, but it was part of you. So it's good to know more about yourself. So let's talk to that pain, why it came here, what is the reason of this pain, what you need to learn from this pain. Maybe that's not something that a bad sign, but rather I would say like a suggestion or a helper. So it's worth to explore it. And you can also listen to some gentle, beautiful music, and very important to find a quiet place, because when you hear other people around, it might be very disturbing. So let's go to the next slide. This is artwork or mandala drawing. I love this. I personally tried it a couple weeks ago, first time. Of course, I heard about mandalas that represent universe and something whole, like they could look so different. It's really up to you. And mandalas are circle-like drawings that originally Hindu monks would create in the sand, and sometimes they might spend years creating it. And when it completed, they destroyed it. We live in a different society nowadays, so we don't need to destroy our mandalas. It's not really necessary. And for me, I feel it's a meditation, but it's a different type of meditation. And why? Because when you join mandala, first of all, you don't need to be an artist. I know it might look like amazingly pretty, and you would think like, I can't do this. It's too much. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist either. And you just need specific tools to create circles, many, many circles with a different size, and just draw in between. Just Google Mandala Drawing, and you will find YouTube videos like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they would explain you everything that you need to know about drawing mandala. And it helps with anxiety because it involves repetitive and rhythmic movements, and also your focused attention. And it creates a sense of safety and control over what's going on with you and what you are doing. Because what is basically anxiety about? We're losing the control. We don't feel safe. We don't know what's going to happen. Like now during COVID-19, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We have hope. We have some predictions. We have some new rules that change in every single day. But truly, we know just the single piece or small details. We're not aware what's going to happen. And it creates additional anxiety in our modern world that is full of anxiety as well, and already. So this is the artwork that you can actually continue anytime you want or stop anytime you want. There are no specific rules that you have to start it and finish it at certain time. So that's what I love about mandala drawing. And you don't have to have a quiet place or space. That's another benefit of this anxiety reduction technique, because you can do it at work. You have 5 minutes. You already prepared the circles. You can just get a piece of paper. Doesn't really matter. Or if you don't have anything to make these perfect circles, that's totally fine. Just draw it with your pen or pencil. And you can color this mandala. You can do anything you want. And when I participated in drawing mandala, most of us was a group that never really draw mandala before. And the results that came out were just stunning. It looked like we were professional artists for a while, and we couldn't expect this result. So I highly recommend this exercise, especially for people who find meditation is extremely difficult for them. This is your time to try some other ways to meditate and connect to yourself. And these patterns, what I love about those, they actually, when you draw them, your focus improves. And you become aware of the emotions that inside of you. And every time your mandala would be different, and patterns as well. Just trust your inner self, you know the best. And you would feel connected the more you draw mandalas. And the next one, it's the last one, number 7, self-directed journaling. Journaling involves the practice of keeping a diary or journal that explores thoughts and feelings surrounding the events of your life. You might think like journaling, is it a really anxiety reduction technique? Like you just write in your thoughts and maybe your plan for the day, but actually it is. When I just found it out, I was a bit surprised as well, because I thought it's more about logic maybe, but there are different types of journaling, and you can try any that you feel comfortable or just drawn to. First of all, it works as a stress management and self-exploration tool when it done like on a daily basis, I would say. But even occasional journaling can be stress relieving. remember, maybe you tried it when you were at school or a teenager and somebody said something or did something and you felt so upset and like, why it happens to me, like, or so frustrated or even angry, and you couldn't deal with these emotions, but you had a piece of paper or maybe even like something around you and you started to write and you started to express your feelings, and when you expressed it on the paper, it just disappeared. This feeling it just got smaller, I would say. It didn't feel that intense anymore. One of the ways that I use as a self-journaling with my clients, we can write something, some message that hurts the most, but it's really hard to pronounce because we're not honest with ourselves 100%, right? Sometimes we don't even know who we are. And to write that message, that pain, anything, and just burn it. Just see how this disappears, or all those imaginary fears that we create in our head, like I'm not safe, something gonna happen, I will get sick, what if? And like it becomes so big that you just can't handle it. So just write it down and burn it, but make sure, of course, that you have something under so it's safe for you to burn. It's of course common sense, but just in case. And see how all these fears are just getting down. They just disappear. Another way of journaling is a gratitude journal. I love that one. I personally use it not only as a therapist, but as a human being, because our brain is created that way that we tend to forget good things happening to us, but we rather focus on what's not right, what should be done differently. So basically on the negative things. And gratitude journal truly helps me to be present and to notice things that happen to me in a positive way. I write sometimes gratitude journal to myself. For example, thanking myself for recording this video today, because it takes courage to speak up or tell something that you feel or share. Or it could be anything. For example, you got up today, you cooked something that you didn't want to cook, perhaps. Why don't you say thank you to yourself, right? Being thankful for something, for efforts that you've done. Or maybe, I don't know, you cleaned the house, or you called the person that you didn't want to call, or you did want to call. This is another thing that you could be thankful for. Or you hugged your partner, or you just said sorry, or you called someone that you've been upset with. There could be many things that you can be thankful for. And also you can use gratitude journal to use it for your partner. For example, you can notice in the morning what I like to do. I write down or think in my head 3 things that I'm grateful for, but it's better to write it down so you can see it, physically see it, not only just visualize it in yourself. And in the evening, because in the evening, when you write something that you're grateful about, you go to bed with a different feeling, with a feeling of gratitude. Another one that is really helpful with panic attacks and anxiety, I would say more with anxiety, because with a panic attack, you might need something, I would say, more grounding at the moment. So meditation might work better for that case. So emotional release, you may also write about your emotional responses to events that happened through the day, as the way of coping with stress. As I mentioned, when you were at school, for example, in your teens or any other age, and you felt so frustrated, or maybe with your coworker, it's very common to have conflicts, right, with at work, because we spend so much time there and people are stressed out, or the gas station, or in the store. When you go to a store, like, people are stressed out as well now. And when they lash out their emotions on you, sometimes it's not easy not to accept them. So we tend to accept them as ours, and we get frustrated and we feel anxiety and uncomfort. So just instead of yelling back or just keeping it in your body, it could be much more used just to come home and write it down. What do you feel? It's good to write down what happened. Facts are important, but it's not enough. Remember to write down, what do you feel? And why do you feel this way? And if you feel in this way, how does it feel in your body? What this feeling could be about. And what is important for me, I think, is to write, how do I want to feel? Because we tend to forget that what do we actually want? It's easier for us to know what we don't want, right? But not the opposite. So at the end, right, what do you want? So you can create a positive framework for yourself to continue your daily life. And another one is more logical, I would say. It's a personal planning journal. It really helps you to become more organized, and I think it's necessary now because we are so busy and so easy to forget little things. And when we forget something, but we kind of supposed to remember, it becomes very frustrating. So it adds anxiety to us. So to prevent that anxiety adding and like building up on us, it's better to prepare ourselves and to make it smoother and organized. And let's see, what else? I'm sorry for that. I think I just need to, yeah, there. Let's go to resources. So let's go to resources. Resources that you can see that I got this material from. And I want to thank you for attending our webinar. And during the COVID-19 pandemic and after, for sure, the Life Clinic is providing psychotherapy sessions via secure online platforms or by phone. And our therapists provide series for individuals, couples, families, children, and adolescents. And almost everything that I presented today could be used for your kids as well. Just experiment, try to do it together, and trust me, it's so much fun. And if you have any other questions or you're interested in free consultation with our clinical director, Ellie Borden, or with a consultation with myself, we will be happy to see you. Just let us know. And thank you for attending the webinar and have a wonderful day. Bye.